So this is my Stormlock deck. So we got Sunspot, Agent 13 Thickness, Ebony Maw, Scarlet Witch, Cloak, Mr. Fantastic, Storm, Killmonger, Shang-Chi, HobGoblin, Blue Marvel, Professor X. So you'll see in the gameplay, but I do the Maw Cloak strategy from time to time. So that I can get 11 points on one board. So that way we can make some use of that 7 power. So basically turn 1, ideally you want to drop Maw. Turn 2, you want to drop Cloak. And usually I like to put them in the center aisle, center location. Then put Storm on the right location. Try to lock that down, Storm. And then just focus on the center and left for game. Ideally, you would like to be able to lock down the left zone with Professor Xavier. So you want to Storm Xavier your opponent, right? Storm X your opponent. So there's a couple different combos in here. Obviously, when you Storm, you definitely would like to have Sunspot, just in case your opponent puts any any cards in that area. Sunspot will get stronger for the energy you don't use, or as well as your opponent doesn't use, and it gets stronger for that purpose. But of course, Killmonger is a thing, so you can't count on the Maw and Sunspot lasting too long, but they do put in work. We'll obviously see in the gameplay. So the first game kind of went as planned, basically, right? The way it should basically plan out. So you see I got the Maw Cloak combo. Typically put Maw on the left, but because of Danger Room I didn't want to lose them, so I put them in the center. So we don't have Heimdall in the deck. Obviously, this was a slightly earlier build. I was doing some movement stuff, but decided to take it out. So I was thinking to move the Maw so I can open up the center and left. So I was thinking here, I was like, nah, I don't want to play Sunspot because it'll probably get destroyed. I originally was thinking it would just automatically get destroyed, but I forgot that's 25% chance it might get destroyed. So I just play Agent 13 because if she gets destroyed, not a big deal. She replaces herself. But if she survives, then that benefited me. Sinister, obviously, even if he dies, the clone will stay. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go Sinister so I can at least increase the number of power on that zone. I'm already winning on the right, so I just need to try to get the center and left locations. Try to get more power in there. With Danger Room having the 25% chance to destroy something, that increases my chances of keeping control of that spot. If I do this, which I do, I was like, you know what? Because it looks to me, I was like, my opponent, it's not putting anything on the Danger Room, so it's like, okay, they just want to take the risk. Good. I've been taking the risk, so I'm going to get the reward. So then I go here. Now this might encourage my opponent to put cards on the flooding area, which means they won't put more cards into the center area. And of course here I go Goblin. but they do put something in the center area, but doesn't matter. Goblin still went over. He hamdows, which is going to move everything over. Right, so now he's in the flooding area. And this is the final turn, which ironically is the field. The fifth tower just started obliterating the center area, but it didn't matter because, like, HobGoblin is there, doing a thing, putting in that work. So I made sure that the flooded zone was all mine, and Maul and Cloak put in work all on the far right. I had to play the strategy differently. Obviously, I like to flood to the right, and Maul and Cloak in the center. But hey, gotta make do with what you got. That's the thing about these these locations is, they change up the way you're going to line up your plays. But that's why we have tech cards like, obviously Storm herself essentially does two things. It's like a tech card. It helps you control the location by changing to the flood location, so it helps you get rid of any problematic location. And then Black Widow, Scarlet Witch also helps you deal with any problematic board, because the idea is you want the boards to ideally work in your favor, not against you. So here I still ended up getting the my key cards, which is obviously Cloak and Maul and Cloak, and I got Storm and HobGoblin. HobGoblin kind of works a little bit like Storm. The idea is to give me an advantage and victory in a column. So obviously the goal is to win best 2 out of. So I'm just thinking what I'm gonna do here. If I do nothing, I get a power boost for sunspots, but I wanted the Cloak ideally, so I end up not playing anything. So I'll take the power boost for sunspots. So sunspot got stronger. I can Storm here, and then Sunspot will get stronger. So that's the play I play. My opponent plays Strongman. You notice that my opponent keeps throwing a whole bunch of rocks into their deck, because they keep putting stuff in the center area. Noticing I'm not putting anything in the center area. Yet, anyway. Let's see, what do I do? I think I Monger? No, that'd be a bad idea. I don't think I'd do that. I mean, I do kill Monger eventually, but it's like I need to do this because turn 5 is like I need to do this first. I was a little concerned he might put something there, so I was like, no, I'll put it here. Because notice that the Eye of Silence actually turns off Maul's negative effect. So I actually can place something there. And this will move over there. Good thing he didn't put 2 cards there. And he didn't get no extra boost. And so I have Storm over here on the right doing her thing to lock that for me. So I can use that to win, obviously. And then now Goblin's on the left to win that for me. I'll try to, and then this is where I do this to further add insult to injury. Did a little combo here with Killmonger and Cloak. So kill every 1 drop. Cloak awakens. Bang. Was it necessary? Probably not. But it was fun. Because you never know. You never know. It's better safe than sorry. So you see some of the uses. you have for some of the cards, certain lines of plays you can do to try to have more control. The other thing I like is that there's less cards on my opponent's side of the field. So that's the so it make obviously there's a control deck, right? This is you know it's a Stormlock deck, Storm Control, whatever you want to call it. See, I start off with Maul. Breaks out the thickness. See, I still have the Ham now. That was the previous build. As you can see, Angel as well, because Angel was supposed to like combo with Killmonger. So if I do end up using Killmonger to clear the board, and I end up losing my one drops, at least I can replace it with. I used to have Okoye. But of course, I took those cards out for more optimal stuff. And there's Cloak. So obviously, Cloak. Sorry, will help me move the Maul. Need Thor's. And I'm able to move stuff. Just thinking of what I'm gonna do. Moving Maul would be a good idea just because it opens up the ability for me to fill up those other boards with cards. Since I do have stuff to play. Thought Bucky was a one drop. Took a while for me to just play the damn vulture. Oh, and there's Killmonger. But I still own the position over there. Doesn't hurt to try, but of course now I can sunspot my opponent, right? He snaps because he feels strong. Turn 5. That means turn 6 I can drop my Blue Marvel for the power boost. I was looking at his hands to see how many cards he has in his hands to see if he has any possibility of filling up his board. He's in a winning position, so he drops 2 over there. Sunspot hits the board. Sunspots get stronger. So here, obviously, Blue Marvel with Sunspot will be a decent play because obviously that side of the board will get stronger. Here he Killmonger, so the chance of him Killmonger again is very slim the way this game works. This game tends to give you just one copy of every card in your deck. So he does Odin, which would allow him to obviously Killmonger. So he was able to Killmonger again, right? Very much Sunspot, but yeah, he wins this one. Yeah, if it wasn't for the ability to do the Killmonger thing again, I would have won that. But he did get the Killmonger again, which is cool combo, obviously. Being able to reactivate the Killmonger more than once It's really good against any deck that uses a lot of 1-drops. So definitely something to keep in mind. What's that? That was Killmonger, Odinmonger combo, I guess I call it. So of course, right off the bat, since we're gonna, the plan is to put a Storm on the right. We start off with Agent to get us a card, and we got Ultron, which is pretty nice, a pretty nice 6-drop. I think we do use it later. Ideally, I would like to have gotten like Storm or something else, so that I can get close to creating, setting up the board. Reveal effects happen twice. Being able to monger twice would be funny, right? But it would be pointless. Don't need to move anything right now. But Sunspot, it would be nice to power him up. I put him there since he can outmaneuver that -2 effect by getting stronger. And since I can't play 1-drops over there, play the cloak, so the cloak can move 1-drops over there. Like the Sunspot. So he moves his card out there, moves over there, which gets him to multiply. So he's going to multiply stuff. Obviously, that's a move deck I'm playing against. And now I'm able to start moving stuff. Can leave it like that, yep. So I can gain that 4 power boost. So I'm winning on the left. I'm tied on the right, but I need to change that, of course. Since I'm on 5, ideally, I can put HobGoblin to the far right. That way, I could, looking at Ultron, so that way I could secure that spot. Since I don't have, what's her name? Now I put this here, and it's like, oh, hope I don't get screwed over. Because I felt like that was misplay. And it was until it was Hulkbuster. I'm like, yes, Hulkbuster's not going to stay in that zone. This would have screwed me over. But now, I guarantee that, bang, that spot back on my favor. Now here's Storm, but we're on final turn, so it's kind of pointless to Storm now. So now, Ultron will be a good choice because of the fact that he'll fill up the board and give me more power. So ideally, Ultron is the gameplay. And I am going to play it. And my opponent retires if I'm right, or retreats or quits, or whatever. I don't even get to see the the tokens hit the field. Don't know why I'm taking so long just to play the damn card, but see, and then my opponent retreats. It's like, okay, I guess you didn't have anything else to do. Like, yeah. Obviously, having fun with the deck, going back to back. The win ratio is pretty high. It's more of player error that causes me to lose. As long as everything goes according to plan, as long as I play my lines of play and get the results that I want, obviously I'll win. But anything can happen. The draws cannot be in my favors. The locations cannot be in my favors. My opponent's cards cannot be in my favor, right? Because they could be playing things against me that hurt me. Like Killmonger, especially if I have a lot of 1-drops. It's in Colson. So I think I play Colson because he's strong, but he's gonna be in the zone where he's gonna keep getting weaker, which is ironic, right? Ideally, him being strong. Oh, sorry, should have been in the middle zone. See, Sunspot would be good in the far left because of his ability to get stronger. The -1 power every turn wouldn't matter. You see how he has Jessica Jones because he's trying to count on her ability to help him surpass that drawback of that effect. So I drop Big Boy to get some power boost. Now I'm on turn 6, so the final turn is like give him that. Play the Sunspot because it's the only things I can't play. Like this will kill the Jessica Jones strategy. Ideally, that was the idea, and then hopefully try to win the far right. And I didn't win. Close, but no cigar. But it can happen, you know. Decisions. I think this is the last game. So I got the ball and cloak. So I go for the middle. Double checking. Nope. The game started all over again. I was wondering why I looked for it. And that's the end of the video.